Hello there, Star Citizens and YouTubers alike. This is Mackie, and today we're going to go through the next Ship of the Year line, and today it's actually Dogfighters of the Year. I must say it's kind of interesting the choices they make when they're choosing these ships. They've chosen the Sabre and they've chosen the Mustang Delta, two really weird ships to put against each other, because as I see it, the Sabre on the left will win every time against the Mustang on the right. So as you can see, the Sabre here on your left is a pretty large ship in comparison. It has a lot of weapon mounts and it's very agile. If you take the Super Hornet and you take the Sabre and compare those two ships, the Sabre is the more agile one, less armor, won't be able to take as much hit, while the Hornet is more of a tank, but has the similar amount of weapon mounts. So I would think those two should actually be compared to each other, not the Sabre or not the Mustang that I feel is more a starter ship than anything else. So if we scroll down, I'm gonna pause the text here like I did last time, and we're gonna go down to the votes. So as we can see, the Sabre is leading with 80%, and the Mustang Delta is actually behind by 60% and is currently has 20% of the votes. And we already got total votes of 6,341, and that's quite a lot of votes, to be honest, because the last 2 weeks with the racing ships, I think, and the bombers, I don't remember those going up that high on the votes. And yeah, so it's kind of an easy choice this time around. The Sabre wins hands down, and the Mustang Delta, it's a nice ship, but I wouldn't vote for it myself. Not that I'm gonna get the Sabre anyway. And the last week we had, of course, the bomber ships of the year. We had the Retaliator versus the Gladiator, and the Retaliator won, of course. Pretty easy choice for most people. And so this means that these ships will be on sale until next Friday, September the 30th. And during this week as well, the Sabre and the Delta will be able to be flown by all people that's currently backing Star Citizen. So that means you can fly them in the PU, and you can fly them in the Arena Commander, or you can just walk around them in your hangar. And I think we're actually gonna do a little different this week, and we're gonna jump into the PU and just give a little tour around the ship so you can see how they look. So let's jump into my hangar and we'll have a little look-see. Okay, and so here we are, and I lied. We're not going to the hangar, we're actually going into the free play mode in Arena Commander. And in front of you, you have the Aegis Sabre landed here on one of the landing pads, and this is a beauty, I must say. It's a one-man fighter, and it has around, let's see, 2 guns on the right side and 2 guns on the left side, so I mean 4 guns in total, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't have anything at the nose. Nope. And let's see if we can get under here. For some reason I thought it had missiles, but it doesn't. But as you can see, the details here, it's a beauty. It looks really good, even though they have copied and pasted a lot of the texts on most ships, which looks stupid. But if we, let's see if I can get up again. Yeah, okay, I'm up, I think. Yep. If we can actually do like this. Let's, okay. Yeah, you have to excuse my suit. I was using this during the racing ship period, and I haven't changed my outfit since. But as you can see, the ship is quite large in comparison if I'm standing here next to it with my head next to the guns. And it's quite an agile, it's quite a very fast ship. And if you look on the details, it's Aegis, and it's pretty much looks the same as the Vanguard and the Retaliator bomber, with the wings folded in when landed, the back wings here, and the engines. So it's really trademark Aegis, and with the 42 here on the wings as well. Squadron 42 people. So yeah, that's pretty much how it looks. It's a very nice, very slick ship. Personally, I love it quite a lot, so I think let's jump into it and we will give you a look, an understanding of how you get in and how it flies. There comes the cockpit.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
And left. Whoops, I forgot. Wrong
Launch
button.
complete.
Totally forgot. Wrong button. Crap. Is my ship intact? Yeah. Okay, so right now we're actually in the... let's see, there we go. So as you can see right now, my wings are folded in. My landing gear is out. So if we press N, the landing gear will retract like this. So now our ship is in a flyable mode and it's ready to go out and do some damage. And you can see here between the wings there you have those two back lasers, and next to the actual cockpit you have two additional lasers. But I'm kinda missing some missiles on the ship, but we'll jump into the cockpit in a second. I'll view. So again, this is the flyable mode. This ship should be able to dock on Idris, for example, that has some limited space. And so when you go into prepare to dock, you just push that N button to go into... Okay, let's try this again. You push that N button and the ship prepares itself for landing, and you can see it becomes really straight, nothing pushing out like the wings does, and it's just ready to dock. And then when you want to fly out again, you just press that when you're clear. So let's jump into the cockpit again. It looks like this. No, it doesn't look like this, it looks like this. So there we go. And I'm actually kind of new. Let's see here. Okay, so this ship doesn't have any Yeah, it does. It actually does have missiles. So now we've armed 6 missiles, and we have, let's see, 2 Badgers and 2 Panther repeaters. So I've now loaded the missiles, so we're gonna jump out here again, and we're gonna see if we can actually see those missiles. And there they are. As you can see, they're in the middle of the ships. We have 6 missiles there, loaded and ready. And the missile bay is now open for us to see. So let's see what happens if we press N again. That launch bay is still open. Okay. So as a last thing, we're just gonna do a little quick fly around. If I can get the right buttons here. As you can see, it's quite agile. I'm just turning around right now, and it's responding really well, I must say. This is one of the best responding ships I've flown so far. Okay, let's see. So SCM top speed 260. Cruise speed I don't know, because I can't change to cruise speed, so in this mode. And we don't really need cruise speed anyway. But 260, that's quite fast for a fighter, to be honest. That's really good. Okay then, this is the Mustang Delta, and as you can see, it's in comparison it's not very large when we compare it to the Sabre. But yeah, it's kind of small. Not very big ship, but it still packs a lot of punch. As you can see here, it has a turret below the cockpit, and it has some kind of... I have no idea what those sticks are. It has rocket pods, not missiles, but actually rocket pods on each side, which look badass. And it has, they look fixed to me. I think those fixed. Got the 2 fixed weapons on each side. So I think it has. This is the same as the Sabre, 1 gimbaled and then 2 fixed. But I think we can say quite easily right now that this ship will not be able to pack the same punch as the Sabre will. But as you can see, it looks really nice, to be honest. Really great looking ship. Not very big, but yeah, the look of it, I kind of feel in love. So yeah, that's pretty much the Mustang and the Delta version of it. So we're gonna make a little quick here and then we'll jump into it. Let's see if we don't bug out or something like that. Let's see here. Yeah, we got in. Yep. Let's jump into this pallet seat here.
Welcome. Your journey begins now. All systems operational.
Perfect. And one thing you'll notice instantly is that we got the UI in our helmet and not on instruments like we had on the other ships. I don't know if what SIG's decided yet, if they want to have UI in the helmet or if they want to have it on the ship themselves. Personally, I kind of like to have it in the helmet. But yeah, we'll see.
Launch complete.
We're gonna lift off here, and if we compare the landing part to the Sabre, this one doesn't have anything that goes out or anything. As you can see, nothing folds out. It has those large landing, I don't know what we should call it, legs along the ship that it used to land. So it doesn't need to have anything that falls out or anything like that. So if we go to weaponry, we got okay, the missiles on the secondary and all the weapons on the primary. That's kind of interesting. But when I look at the ship with rockets and everything, I think this would be a great ship to use on the ground. So like in 3.0, when we get the planetary landings and stuff like that, this would be a nice planetary fighting vehicle with the rockets. So without further ado, since there isn't much more... Can you please stand still? Since there isn't much more to look at than the basics here, we have that cockpit. That's pretty nice, to be honest. I think we're actually going to jump into the cockpit and we'll do stuff from there. So, as I said, if we push the left button, we will have all the weapons, and there is the M3 laser cannons and the 107 battery repeaters. So the battery repeaters we had on the Sabre as well, so on that part we have similar weaponry, but then we have the M3 laser cannon that is not on par with the Sabre at all, because it has the some kind of animal laser, and I think these are rank 1, but don't quote me on that because I don't know. And like I said, on the right we have the missiles, that I think we had around 18 of those when we began, and I've shot off a couple of those. So let's go to speed. The Sabre was 260, this is 225, so it can't compete in speed with the Sabre, and it shouldn't either, because it's nothing close to the Sabre. Let's try and see when we go to agility. Not as agile as well. This feels like a flying brick, to be honest. It reminds me a little of the Super Hornet, but I don't know. Feels like 2 points more agile as well. The important thing to remember here is the Sabre is around, I don't know, 200 USD. Well, this ship is around 60 USD or something like that. This is more of an Aurora kind of a ship, while the Sabre is more of a middle, late game ship. So that's important to remember when comparing these ships as well. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there because I feel like my English is going all haywire now. And so yeah, this is the Mustang Delta, and I hope you enjoyed this, and take care. Bye.